Hello beautiful people of the internet, I'm Daniel Rodriguez, and it's time to review a new series I recently just started about 2 weeks ago, a new show on FX starring Cuba Gooding Jr., John Travolta, Sarah Paulson, Courtney B. Vance. I mean, so many amazing actors, man, David Schwimmer. We got a whole list of great cast, man. This is a new start to a new franchise, a new series that will be starting from the creator of American Horror Story, Ryan Murphy. This is American Crime Story. This one is The People versus O.J. Simpson. And it's crazy, man. Honestly, the third episode just aired a few days ago. I haven't seen the third episode, but I've seen the first and second. So my second episode review should be out as well while you're watching this. And the third one should be up in the next few days. I'm sorry I'm 2 weeks late. I saw this the week it came out. I have a DVR, so I already saw 1 and 2. But I've been lazy, haven't been able to get to the front of the camera and actually talk about these yet, man. But definitely for sure, we're doing it right now. It should take me less than 2 minutes to recap the episode, give you my pros, cons, and final score. So I'm going to recap the episode a little, give you my thoughts on what happened during it. Again, Season 1, Episode 1, From the Ashes of Tragedy is what this episode's called. Let's get right to it. If you're new to the channel, you're new to here, as you see in the background, I do a lot of different TV show reviews, man. We're doing The Walking Dead, Arrow, Flash, Agent Carter, X-Files. I mean, you name it, man. Look on the channel. I do movie reviews every single week. Zoolander 2 coming up, man. How to Be Single review should be coming out. Just reviewed Deadpool. Make sure to check it out, guys. I'm honest. Like, go ahead, check out the channel after this review. Anyway, let's get started. Let me get my pad here, and here we go. The recap begins. So OJ goes to the airport in the beginning to know he's getting the limo driver and everything. He arrives, so everything's fine, a little good there. So this guy finds a body. He's walking a dog, and the dog starts barking. He ends up finding 2 bodies where OJ's house is. I guess that's where his house is. And cops investigate. They tell OJ his wife is dead. They end up finding a glove in the back of his house. This is a crime scene. I like when the camera looks up and he's like, "This is a crime scene." I love this whole directing. FX is one of my favorite channels to hold shows. I mean, Fargo, American Horror Story, Sons of Anarchy. I mean, the list goes on and on of fantastic shows. The Americans. I mean, look how many shows they've made. And the way that they direct their episodes. And definitely, when the cops were running, when they finally got to inside OJ's house or mansion, and they're running, the way it's filmed, the way it's like so HD or in motion, I love the way that looks. So the house is on lockdown, perimeter everywhere, a bunch of cops. So OJ's a suspect. OJ arrives, the lawyer's there, and he will have to answer a few questions. So there is an interrogation. People are listening to the tape, and Marcia Clark is angry. She's very angry about this, and because he's talking about, how I cut my finger, because his finger's cut, and he's a suspect, and it's a little, little on the edge there. So Marcia's like, all right, now he's lying. Alright, so what's the truth? He doesn't remember how he cut his finger. He literally didn't really remember. He was like, oh yeah, how do you not remember cutting your finger? Like, you put a bandage on it. Like, how do you not remember? That just how much he's lying. It's pretty, he's bullshit, man. And OJ gets very angry. His kids visit him. He gets Robert Shapiro as a lawyer. That's where John Travolta comes in. And he starts talking like this, and Robert Shapiro talk. Very nice there, Travolta. So anyway, there's video footage of OJ in handcuffs. And this is one of my favorite parts of the whole episode, man. Robert Shapiro, John Travolta sitting down, talking to OJ. Alright, I'm going to ask you one question. I need you to be totally honest with me, OJ. Did you do it? No. Woo! I would be honest to my lawyer. I just would be. When he said no, I'm like, OJ, dude. Your lawyer could keep it confidential. I mean, literally, he could have just told him. But, whatever. So he ends up taking a polygraph. He failed it. He's angry. OJ's always angry and everything. So then the funeral of his wife is there. And, he came. He sees Nicole. And, everyone, I believe it's Kris Kardashian, played by Selma Blair. Robert Kardashian, played by David Schwimmer, his ex-wife at the time. I think she was already with Bruce Jenner at the time. But looking around and, they're like, he came, like he had the guts to show up because people are suspecting that he did kill Nicole. So anyway, he writes, he sees Nicole and he's getting, Marsha's getting the timeline down. Marsha and a bunch of the people at the CIA or FBI, whatever they're at, they're working on the timeline of what OJ was doing, and they're questioning people. OJ is at Rob's house, and he writes a will and notes to a bunch of the people he loves, and it's basically a suicide letter. So he has a gun, and the cops end up arriving, but when the cops come in, OJ's gone. OJ ended up escaping, and well, the Bronco's gone. He's in the Bronco. So what did I think about this episode overall, ladies and gentlemen? The first episode, the series premiere of the People vs. O.J. Simpson American Crime Story. Man, first off, let me tell you, like I told you earlier, the directing of this episode is fantastic. I love the camera angles. I love how artistic it is. I love how it captures each character and each character's emotion. Some of the times it captures the emotion. Sometimes it lingers on one character for a while. But for sure, definitely the directing, the cinematography of it, the way whoever directed this episode for sure. Wasn't it Ryan Murphy, or was Ryan Murphy the second episode? I think Ryan Murphy was the second episode he directed it. But for sure, man, I definitely love the whole thing about it all. Everything, the way it was directed, the way it was handled, what happened, what didn't, everything about it was just, it was so FX-like. And that's what I like. The acting in here, man, holy crap. Sarah Paulson blew me out of the park. I'm not a huge Sarah Paulson fan, she's a great actress. Yeah, she is, definitely, for sure. Give it to that to her. But, she's always crying or something. And her as Marsha Clark and the perm and everything, and, the cigarette, and, just her, just in character, man. You do see her as Marsha Clark just instantly like that. Johnny Cochran, played by Courtney B. Vance, fantastic in here. A lot of fantastic actors in here. Everybody did an awesome job. John Travolta even blew me out of the park as well. He was really great, and he keeps his voice sometimes, and then he loses his voice, and now he's just John Travolta. So I don't know if that's the way Robert Shapiro ended up doing, had a voice, and then he just lost the voice, but alright, Sarah Paulson, John Travolta, awesome in here. The look, the style, the tone of the 90s, they definitely got that down right. Cuba Gooding Jr. is OJ, man. He's one of that things where he's great, but he's also like, because all he does is, God damn it, mofo. He's angry all the time. That's basically OJ, man. He's just yelling and yelling. I'm not black. I'm OJ. Literally, that's all he does. He just yells and yells and, oh no, I can't do it, man. I can't. That's all OJ ever does, basically. So, and we all know he's a liar. We all know what's going on. We know the truth. We know what happened. So the thing is just how they end up getting that down. It's definitely interesting for sure. And the acting, I think Cuba Gooding Jr. I've always thought, he's done a few bad movies, quite a lot of bad movies in his career, but he's done great things, man. He's not a bad actor. This is basically his comeback. This is John Travolta's comeback for sure. Amazing cast, amazing. David Schwimmer as Robert Kardashian, man. Give him a high five right there. He's fantastic in here as well. So again, the style, the suspense, the tension. I love the way it opened up about Rodney King. That was a fantastic opening. It got me chills. I'm not lying. Like that's where I was like, I like this show, man. Why didn't I watch it the first day? Like that's how much I loved it, man. I love the tension. I love the suspension. I love the way it builds to its climax. I like that a lot. The funeral scene was well done, man. The way it was directed, the lighting, the way OJ comes out and it's all slow motion, and John Travolta, Robert Shapiro, please no pictures. Please no pictures. Please. And they're all just snapping away, and he's, please. It's private, a funeral, please, no pictures. I just love all of that, man. And then OJ's literally just looking around, like, just walk inside the funeral, like, he's just, like, there, and, like, maybe there wouldn't be no pictures if you just walk into the funeral home, but everything's so whacked for him. Selma Blair as well, she was Kris Jenner, fantastic. She looks the part. Selma Blair, you know me. But, yeah, her as well. She's cool. And the cons, man. There are a few characters, like the vacation guy. I know he has a bigger part in the story, but they're the guy who was like, man, if I go on vacation, no one will notice me. He's black, and he has a beard, and I don't think he has hair. That guy, I'm not saying he's a bad actor, and I think he's an interesting character. He kind of reminds me of a substitute I used to have, or some guy that used to help me in school. He reminds me of that guy, so maybe it's just a little like, oh, guy reminds me of the substitute. But I mean, they just kind of focused on him a little bit in here, and I mean, there's a lot of characters to go through, and then you have Courtney B. Vance, Johnny Cochran, then you have Marcia Clark, then you have Robert Shapiro, then you have David Schwimmer's character, then you have, I mean, you have so many characters you're trying to get through, and then you have this guy, yeah, if I go on vacation, but I know he has a bigger role, it's just, yeah, whatever, about him. And the Kardashians are thrown in here, like, literally, the Kardashians, like, please, don't shoot you. I mean, don't kill yourself in my little Kimmy's bedroom. I'm like, oh my. You have to name. Of course, it's Kimmy's room. Sure, he tried to kill himself in the Kardashians' room. That's totally accurate. That could have been accurate, but oh yeah, it had to be Kim Kardashian's room. Out of all the sisters, it's Kim Kardashian, and you had to mention her. God damn it. Oh my god, there's even a worse Kardashian mention in the second episode where it just pissed me off. No one likes the Kardashians. We're tired of them. Please, they're just throwing it in there, man. But anyway, this definitely felt like a non-Ryan Murphy show. Like, it definitely felt real. It felt accurate. It felt beautiful. It felt scary. Everything about this, man. I definitely love the way it's handled. I love the way it's directed. I love the way it's written. I love the way it's acted out. So overall, I'm going to end up giving this episode, man, of The People vs. O.J. Simpson, American Crime Story, Season 1, Episode 1, the series premiere from the Ashes of Tragedy, an A-, man. Very awesome episode. Great. A-, man. It wasn't an amazing premiere. It had a few little problems here and there, but it's great. It's great. Not amazing, not awesome, but great. For sure, if you haven't checked out this show and I just spoiled it for you, well, watch the show. It's fantastic. I think as a whole it's going to be amazing, but there are, again, a few problems in here. A little more things, like I told you, just the character and then the Kardashian thing thrown in there. And at the ending of the episode, it shows the Bronco driving away. I wouldn't mind if this was a 2-hour premiere and they could have just shown the Bronco chase. I think that would have been even better. But it was a good ending. They have awesome music in here as well. FX knows how to do it right, guys. So comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about this show. I'll be seeing you guys for the other reviews. And make sure to check out the channel. You like the channel, you want to support it, hit that subscribe button. It's free. I wouldn't mind. I mean, you can do it. You can do it. You don't have to, but leave a like if you like this review and if you're ready for more O.J. Simpson. Until next time, you guys have a safe day, safe week, safe month. Bye-bye.